Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Simple English Space, your comfy corner to learn English through real conversations. I'm Anna, and I'm so happy you're here with us today. And I'm not alone. I'm with my lovely friend and co-host, Lily. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone. We're so excited you're joining us today because we're going to talk about something super helpful for all English learners: how to build your vocabulary.
Yes, learning vocabulary is one of the most important steps when learning any new language, especially English.
That's true. And the good news is, it doesn't have to be boring or hard. There are many fun and simple ways to grow your vocabulary, even if you are a beginner.
So, let's start with the basics. What is vocabulary, Lily?
Great question. Vocabulary means the words we know and use. It includes words we understand and also words we can use in speaking and writing.
Exactly. The more words you know, the easier it is to express your thoughts. You can speak more clearly, understand others better, and feel more confident.
But we understand that many beginners feel nervous. Some people say, I only know a few words, or I forget words quickly.
Yes, and that's okay. Everyone starts somewhere. The key is to build your vocabulary little by little, one step at a time.
So let's talk about some easy ways to build vocabulary for beginners. Anna, what's your first tip?
Tip number 1. Learn words in groups or topics. For example, learn 10 words about food or 10 words about things in your house.
That's so helpful. When words are connected, it's easier to remember them.
Right. For example, in the topic kitchen, you can learn words like plate, spoon, fork, knife, bowl, stove, sink, fridge, glass, and cup.
Great list. And once you know those words, you can use them in short, simple sentences.
I put the plate on the table.
Or, I drink water from a glass.
That brings us to tip number 2. Use the words in your own sentences.
Yes, don't just read the word. Try to speak it and use it. When you make your own sentence, you connect the word to your life.
For example, if you learn the word apple, don't just think apple is a fruit. Try saying, I eat an apple every morning.
Or, I like green apples more than red apples. The more personal the sentence, the easier it is to remember.
Exactly. And that brings us to tip number 3. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Yes, repetition is the secret. Read the word today, again tomorrow, and again next week. It helps your brain remember.
You can write the words in a notebook, make flashcards, or even use apps. But the key is don't learn it once and forget it. Review it many times.
Let's give our listeners a little challenge. We'll say 10 beginner-friendly English words now. Try to repeat them after us.
Ready? Here we go. 1. Book. 2. Chair. 3. Table. 4. Window. 5. Door. 6. Pen. 7. Bag. 8. Water. 9. Phone. 10. Shoes.
Nice. Now let's try using some of those in short, simple sentences.
Sure, I read a book every night.
My chair is next to the table.
I open the window when it's hot.
The pen is in my bag.
I drink water every day.
My phone is on the table.
I wear my shoes outside.
Perfect. Simple sentences, simple words, but very useful.
Let's talk about another useful tip. Learn word families.
Yes, for example, from the word read, we also have reader, reading, readable, and so on.
You can start with a verb like cook, then you learn cook verb, cook noun, cooker machine, cooking activity, cooked past tense.
So from one word, you get 5 or 6 new words. That's how your vocabulary grows fast.
Another tip is learn with pictures.
Yes, visual learning is powerful. When you see a picture and a word together, your brain connects them better.
You can use picture dictionaries, apps, or just draw your own pictures.
I love that idea. Even stick figures can help, like drawing a simple house and writing the parts door, roof, window, wall, etc.
And now another important thing. Practice every day.
Yes, even just 10 minutes a day can help a lot. It's better to learn a little every day than a lot once a week.
Lily, do you remember how you learned new words when you were a beginner in another language?
Yes, I used a small notebook. Every day I wrote 5 new words and one sentence for each. Then I reviewed them before bed.
That's a great habit. I use flashcards and spoke to myself in the mirror. I'd say, "This is a cup. I drink tea. I like tea."
So simple, but so effective.
And that's such a fun way to build vocabulary. But Lily, let's give our listeners a few more tips before we wrap up.
Sure. One powerful tip is to group new vocabulary by topics. For example, instead of learning 10 random words, try learning 5 words all related to food, or school, or family.
Yes, that helps your brain connect the words together. It's like making word families. If I say spoon, your brain can also remember fork, plate, and napkin.
Exactly. And it's easier to use them in conversations when they belong to the same group. You could even draw a mind map in your notebook.
I love mind maps. And another simple method is using sticky notes. You can label things around your house. For example, write mirror and put it on your mirror, or door on your door. Every time you see it, you remember the word.
That's a great visual learning trick, especially for people who are just starting English. It connects the object and the word naturally.
Now, some learners ask, how many new words should I learn in a day? What do you think, Lily?
I'd say start small. Maybe 5 new words a day. That's 35 words a week. That's already a lot.
Totally agree. And don't worry if you forget some. Reviewing is part of the process. It's okay to review yesterday's 5 words before learning 5 more today.
Right, that's where the spaced repetition method helps. You review a word today, then again in 2 days, then in 5 days, and so on. It helps move the word into your long-term memory.
And there are apps for that too, like Anki, Quizlet, or even just using your calendar. You can schedule your reviews.
Another idea is learning vocabulary from songs. English songs are fun, and the rhythm makes the words easier to remember.
Yes. For example, songs by artists like Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran often have clear pronunciation, or even children's songs. They're repetitive and simple.
True. And for beginners, watching songs with subtitles can help you catch every word. Then you can sing along.
I've done that before. It's a fun way to practice pronunciation and a rhythm too.
Also, learners shouldn't forget the power of reading aloud. When you read something out loud, your mouth learns the word too, not just your eyes.
That's important. Your speaking and reading skills grow together. Even if you make mistakes, don't worry. Practicing out loud is key.
Speaking of practice, Anna, do you want to try a little vocabulary game with our listeners?
Oh, yes, let's do it.
Okay, listeners, here's the game. I will say a word. You will try to think of one word connected to it. Then, Anna will share her answer. Ready?
Ready.
First word, rain.
My word is umbrella.
Good. Listeners, did you think of that? Or maybe wet, or storm, or clouds. All are correct.
Let's do another.
Second word, school.
I'll say homework.
Perfect. Other words can be teacher, desk, student.
See, this game helps your brain make word connections. You're not just learning one word, you're learning groups of words.
You can even play this game alone or with a friend. It makes learning fun and less boring.
Another idea is using pictures. For example, when you learn the word apple, also look at a photo of an apple. Your brain will link the word and the image.
That's very helpful for visual learners. And using your mother tongue is okay too. Translate the new word once, but then focus on using the English version.
Right. Don't feel bad if you need translation at the start. Just don't depend on it forever. Switch to English meaning over time.
Now, Anna, what should learners avoid when learning vocabulary?
Good question. One mistake is trying to learn too many words at once. It's not a race. You'll forget them easily.
True. And another is learning words without context. If you don't know how a word is used in a sentence, you won't remember it well.
That's why we say, always learn example sentences, not just the word alone.
For example, don't just learn the word happy. Learn the sentence, I feel happy when I play with my dog.
That's beautiful. That way, you remember both the meaning and the usage.
Another mistake is ignoring pronunciation. If you can't say a word correctly, it's hard to use it in conversation.
That's so true. Use apps or websites like Forvo or Google Translate to hear the word. Then repeat it.
Even better, record yourself saying it. Then listen and compare.
I do that too sometimes. It really helps.
So, to summarize, here are some top methods we talked about today. Use flashcards and spaced repetition. Learn vocabulary in groups or themes. Label your home with sticky notes. Read aloud and repeat words. Use songs, games, and pictures. Practice with example sentences. Review often and don't rush.
And always keep it fun and simple. English doesn't have to be hard.
Totally agree. And remember, learning vocabulary is a journey. You're building it word by word, step by step.
So no need to feel nervous. You're doing amazing just by listening to this episode.
And we believe in you.
That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned useful tips on how to build your English vocabulary.
If you liked it, feel free to listen again or share it with a friend who's also learning English.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss other videos.
Until next time,
Keep learning and smiling.
bye for now.